Once upon a time, in a quiet town surrounded by hills, there lived a young man named Ravi. He had dreams, big dreams, but he also loved comfort. He would often say, "I'll start tomorrow." Tomorrow became next week. Next week became next year. And slowly, he stopped dreaming at all. But life has a strange way of waking people up. And one day, Ravi's comfort would come to an end. Ravi's life was easy. He had a small job, enough money, a soft bed, and warm food. Every morning, he promised himself, "I'll do something great one day." But every evening, he found himself lying on the couch, watching others achieve what he only dreamed of. One evening, his best friend Arav came to visit. Arav was strong, full of energy, eyes shining with purpose. He looked around Ravi's room and said, "You have everything, except hunger." Ravi laughed. "What do you mean? I eat well every day." Arav shook his head. "Not that hunger. I'm talking about the hunger to grow. The hunger that makes people extraordinary." Ravi smiled lazily. "Extraordinary sounds painful." Arav looked at him for a moment and said softly, "Yes, it is. But comfort kills more dreams than pain ever could." Those words stayed in Ravi's mind like a tiny spark. Weeks later, Ravi's company shut down. Suddenly, his comfort disappeared. No salary, no routine, no safety. He sat alone in his room, staring at the ceiling. For the first time, silence felt heavy. He walked to the mirror and saw a man he didn't recognize. A man who once dreamed but stopped trying. He whispered, "What happened to me?" Then, something inside him changed. A small voice said, "You got too comfortable." That night, he decided he would rebuild himself. He didn't know how, but he knew one thing: he would never again choose comfort over growth. Ravi started waking up early, running when his body screamed for sleep, reading when his mind begged for rest. Every day, he failed. He fell, head-dooted. He cried, but he didn't stop. The same people who once praised him for being relaxed now laughed at his efforts. They said, "You've changed. You're trying too hard." Ravi smiled and said, "Yes, because I've seen what doing nothing feels like." One morning, while running through the park, Ravi met an old man named Kabir. He was sitting on a bench, sketching quietly. Kabir looked up and said, "You run like someone who's running from their past." Ravi stopped, smiled, and said, "Maybe I am." Kabir nodded. "You can't outrun your past, but you can outgrow it." Those words hit him deeply. He sat beside Kabir, and they talked for hours. Kabir told him, "I once had your comfort too, but when you stop growing, your comfort becomes your prison." Ravi realized that comfort isn't safety. It's slow death, wrapped in softness. Months passed. Ravi was changing, stronger, wiser, more alive. One day, he was offered a big promotion at a new company. Good pay, easy hours, a soft chair. But accepting it meant giving up his new journey. He stood at the window, looking at the sky. He remembered Kabir's words, "Comfort is the enemy of greatness." He smiled and whispered, "No, I won't go back." He turned down the offer and started working on his dream project, a startup to teach young people how to grow beyond fear. Years passed. Ravi's journey was hard, full of failures and sleepless nights. But this time, he didn't fear the pain. Pain had become his teacher. Struggle had become his friend. Discomfort had become his fuel. One evening, He stood on a stage, giving a talk. He looked at hundreds of young faces before him and said, "I used to live in comfort, but comfort never made me proud. Pain did, effort did, growth did." The crowd clapped loudly, but Ravi didn't smile out of pride. He smiled because he finally understood life's secret. You can't be great and comfortable at the same time. After the speech, he saw Kabir sitting in the audience, smiling proudly. Ravi walked up and said, "You were right. Comfort destroys greatness." Kabir smiled and said, "No, comfort doesn't destroy it. People do when they choose comfort over purpose." Ravi nodded and looked up at the sky. The same stars he once watched lazily now looked different. He whispered, "Thank you for taking away my comfort." Because only after losing comfort, he found himself. When life feels easy, question it. When everything feels safe, be careful. Because greatness never grows in comfort, it grows in chaos. And when pain knocks at your door, welcome it. It's not there to break you. It's there to wake you. Subscribe to Rise with English. Learn English. Feel inspired.